Welcome to the show for today, Wednesday. It's the middle of the week. Wednesday it is, and of course we are in the view with yours truly and my guest for this afternoon. JCI Service Club is with me for the whole duration of the program for today. We'll introduce to you exactly why they're here and who they are, those who are representing JCI at the moment. And it's all about Leadership Summit that there's coming up, and we'll talk to them some more about it. But right after we take a quick break.
It doesn't matter who is running the country. We must hold our politicians accountable. How can you get through the doors of the government and speak to those in charge? There is one way to express yourself. Speak out. On The View. Let's hold our politicians and leaders accountable.
And certainly there is one way, or well, at least one of the ways in which you can speak out and express yourself, and that is on The View. In The View, rather, that comes your way each Wednesday afternoon right here on 102.7. Well, January Leadership Summit is right around the corner. It's going to be this weekend, I believe. You're not too late to hear more about it and how you can become part of it. So therefore, with me today, I do have JCI National President of the Dutch Caribbean, and Janine Matthew, and she is joined by Delano Samuel, who is the local president for the year 2026. Good afternoon to both of you, and it's always a pleasure when I get a call saying that you guys are coming in to visit me. Must be something good.
Thank you for having us.
Okay.
Good afternoon to everyone.
Mm-hmm. Janine, how you doing?
I'm good.
All right. You said, well, you in giving me information, you mentioned that you are the national president. Would you describe what that really is so people can get a hang of what exactly your work is besides that of Samuel, who says that he's only serving for 2026? And how long is that duration of time?
Each year the presidents, the term is only 1 year, from January 1st to December 31st. So
then it begins to make some more sense to me now.
Yes.
And your position?
My position is the national president for JCI Dutch Caribbean. So for the Dutch Kingdom Islands, I am the president for the full organization on that level. And then under me now would have currently we have 5 local presidents, 3 in Curacao, 1 in Bonaire, and then we have Delano Samuel for St. Maarten. So then they have under them now their memberships of different members from different backgrounds across their countries, and they're doing the work on the ground to really make the impact in the community, whereas I'm just managing from the communication levels from their level up to international level. So that's more so my role of overseeing to make sure everything is going well, that they're staying up to date, meeting the deadlines, and then reporting then to international that, hey, this is what we've been doing for the year.
Delano, before we jump into the discussion about the summit, give me an idea of what the responsibility that has been placed on you for 2026, and what are you looking forward to? I just want to feed you out a little bit.
Feed me out a little bit? Okay, thanks for that. That's a good question. So the responsibility placed on my shoulders right now is to continue to reinforce or guide the organization in the direction that JCI International would like to go, and also locally. So right now our purpose is to strengthen our foundations and reinforce ourselves for the future, with adding more members, being more community impactful when it comes to leadership development, and also just personal development. That is the end goal from JCI International.
Personal development. I'm glad you mentioned that, because my next question to you was, if I think of JCI, what I should be thinking of. If I didn't hear about this January Leadership Summit, I probably would not have associated you with leadership. Are you saying that's part of the benefits of being part of, and describe why you think it's important for people to be part of the JCI?
Well, definitely, that's one of the more importance of JCI. So we train youngsters, so individuals between the ages of 18 and 40, so that they can become their better selves, a well-rounded individual, if you would say. So if you're good at writing, we're gonna put you now to be good at public speaking. We're gonna teach you how to chair a meeting. We're gonna teach you how to communicate effectively. We're gonna teach you how to operate in the business fields, stuff like that. Or we provide you the tools, and it's up to you to take it in as well, because it's an organization where what you give in is what you get out.
So if you have any urge towards leadership, if you feel that you have the necessary skills or you have the ambition of wanting to be a leader, you think JCI is the place to be.
GSI is a perfect place to do that, especially you're amongst peers of your own age. We build everything together. We do everything together. It's a safe space for you to fail, quote unquote, or learn. Whereas now, if you get put into the work field, for instance, and it's like, hey, I want to go for a manager position, but you was not trained or prepared for that position, quickly you see it crash and burn. So now in JCI, especially with the 1 year term, you have a year to make it or break it, but you learn in the process.
Yeah, and you want to add something to this because you again have that face of
She's a fun face.
shy. Am I right about that?
Yes, you are right about that. However, because of the organization, I do now feel more confident speaking when I do have to speak. So it's a balance. So even though you may not feel like speaking for certain things, being that you're the leader at this moment, you have to be the one to do the communication of it. Because, for example, if your team is operating and you don't give guidance, things can go wrong real quickly. So even if you don't feel like it, you have to guide, you have to inform them, hey, I've done this, I've done that. Can y'all take this up and continue it? You have to communicate whether you like it or not. So even if I'm shy as a regular individual in JCI, I speak my mind and say what I need to say.
Describe for me how you have changed over time because you still have that look of shyness.
That's a camouflage.
Exactly. It's become a camouflage at this point, but even so, knowing the different ins and outs of different things that you have to do, for example, event planning, knowing the ins and outs of how to manage a committee, knowing the ins and outs of how to chair meetings, how to make the contact. Like, let's say one of the supermarkets you want to do a project with to kind of make like a food drive of sort.
Yeah.
But you've never spoken to the person, you don't know who is in charge, whatever it is. You now have to actually go out and make that contact. And then you learn how to actually go about, professionally requesting their assistance in the project, writing the letters, the sponsorship letters, the partnership letters, all of that you get in the organization. So as he mentioned, you get the opportunity to fail comfortably in a way, because even if you make a mistake, like, it's not the end of the world. You're not getting a salary cut. You don't take those different blows from it. You just take maybe an ego blow, like, man, I messed up there.
I hope you don't feel the way about me mentioning that you look shy.
No, I get a comment all the time.
But I could imagine that that's not taking anything away from you, man, because when you begin speaking, you are, speaking from a position of being being solid, if I may put it that way.
Yeah.
And over time, you've done some travels by as a result of JCI.
Yes, I
and you
have.
must have learned some certain things.
Yes.
A lot. A lot. Definitely a lot.
Yeah.
So
All right, you want us to talk about this? I just wanted to,
give a little feel.
if I could set the platform for those persons who may have a certain amount of shyness, not wanting to venture into something they may be thinking of, but they shouldn't leave that holding back, because the moment you get involved, it's a different story.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah. Just want to help out here now.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
All right. So you have this leadership summit coming up. Let me give you an opportunity to describe, Shanine, exactly, Angeline, what this leadership is all about.
Okay, so the January Leadership Summit is the first of the 3 national events that we have on Jci Dutch Caribbean. So this is where all the different or local organizations and the national board come together to discuss the planning, see how far the progress is going, and then the final report at the end of the year. So this one is actually the first one, being the January Leadership Summit. Here's where you start the planning for the year. Okay, last year's wrapped up. What do you all plan to do this year? So you set the tone now. Okay, these are the plans I have for this year. So then, for example, their national vice president can then follow up with the local members and see, okay, you said you was gonna do 3 fundraisers. How far are you getting with the planning, etc. So this is the opportunity for them to get that information so that they know what to follow up on as the year goes along. But also for the local presidents to see what the national board is planning to do as well, so that they can also hold us accountable. We said we will provide you trainings. You can come back and say, hey, you said we was gonna get trainings. It's now June. Where's the trainings that you said you was gonna provide? So it goes both ways.
Sounds like this is for your membership, or it is extended to other people. What did
Yes. So it's
Delano?
Yeah. So what she explained was technically our first day. So the 16th of January, that is considered our national and local organization meetings, where
This is primarily for
this is
the
primarily
membership.
for the membership,
Okay.
so that everybody can get their bearings together. Because as we mentioned prior to starting, we're busy in the defrost period, so we're getting our bearings. We're meeting everyone for the first time to see, and it's just to hear now what are your plans to make JCI better and yourself better.
Okay.
That's on the first day. So
now the meet and the greet on the second day now.
yeah,
Meet and greet on the second day?
yeah.
Lots of meeting and greetings.
So,
I'll leave Delano go into that.
So the second day, if I may first, let me bring it back. Our theme for the year, because I was waiting for her to say, because it's her theme. Oh, okay. the theme for the year is the first spark. So
The first
spark.
spark.
Yeah.
Okay.
So initially, with that being considered, it's the how you light up the way you set the tone for the rest of the year based on how the January Leadership Summit goes. So that's why it's themed the first spark. And after all of the meetings, we doesn't want to keep it boring. The general public now has the opportunity to experience some trainings with us,
Okay.
because we don't want to only now prepare, but we also want to leave our members with some information, some knowledge, some wealth to also prepare themselves for their first spark in life as well.
So that's where the extended arm of bringing other people in
Comes
Yes.
in.
okay,
Correct.
comes into the
Correct.
picture. Okay.
So on day 2 now, which would be the Saturday, the 17th of January, we're gonna start off with a training called Discover JCI, hosted by one of our senators, but she's located in Curacao.
Curacao.
So she's
She'll be coming over, or she would be online?
online.
Mm, okay.
So it's a hybrid situation because of most members. January, it's a very budget tight month. So she'll be overseas giving the training. So
Okay.
we're gonna hear her, and our trainers are gonna teach those in Curacao. We're gonna be local, and they're gonna be online. So it's a hybrid situation. And with that training, she's gonna give us a insight on what JCI is about. Why would you choose JCI? Why should you look into it? Basically, getting to know JCI from the scratch.
Sounds like this is somewhat of an interconnection
Correct.
on the national level.
Correct.
Okay. It's not just
Not
St.
just
Maarten
local.
alone.
No, not
Yes,
just St. Maarten.
yes.
Okay.
So I think we could even have the possibility to bring it international, but currently right now we're keeping it within the Dutch Caribbean.
Why? Because of budget.
Test drive.
It's a test drive. It's a test drive. Maybe for national convention we're gonna have a bigger ball game. And so after that we're gonna follow up with a business etiquette training given by the esteemed distinguished Toastmaster Orlando Tobias.
Okay.
He's going to teach us the do's and don'ts, how to communicate in the business field, how to properly write an email, for
The
example,
etiquette.
the etiquette side of
Yes.
things. And from there now, after his session, we're gonna have a branding session with Miss Ife Badijo. So the big island pioneer. She's the face of youth development. So we're happy to have her. And
Dynamite woman.
Dynamite woman, indeed. And after that, we're gonna have a Tax 101 session with United Agency,
Okay.
a company run by two very self-driven individuals who seek the opportunity to be self-employed, and they made it happen. So now they're going to teach us a little bit.
You guys are really into leadership that is somewhat disguised.
Yes.
For those who don't know.
Yes. And then, yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
So this all comes with a fee, though. It all comes with a fee.
Well, we'll talk about that. And I want to get from you, who should be the ones showing interest who may not have any connections at all with JCI? What do they do, or how would you encourage them to get involved and to be a part of it?
I leave Angie talk about that
So
one.
in terms of the general situation, once you're between the ages of 18 and 40, we wouldn't turn you away. If you're looking to develop yourself, at the least if you have that drive to do better, improve yourself, see the different worlds, different perspectives, communicate with people you normally wouldn't encounter in your day-to-day life, you can join the organization. For the JLS, the General Leadership Summit, anyone it's free to open to anyone. So there's no age limit in that regard. Once you're interested in the trainings, you can definitely sign up and
that can be a starting point for some.
That
right?
can also be a starting point as well, because then you would also see the other members that we have, not just the two of us, for example. You get to see the senators as well and discuss with them and see, okay, you know what, I heard from Anjani and Delano on the radio, but what's your story? How do you make it in JCI? And then you can branch out from there and see the different benefits and the different paths that people took
to get rid
from being a member. And
so would you be
onwards.
encouraging people during the summit to engage in dialogue and have a conversation with the members?
Yes, definitely.
That is on the...
Yes. That's actually one of the key things for the closing ceremony that we have on Saturday as well.
Okay.
So that's in the evening. We're doing, actually, he didn't get to that point yet, but we're doing a generational wealth panel from 5:30 p.m. in the afternoon of Saturday. And from that panel, we're going straight into the closing ceremony. So then you get to like mix and mingle and network with the different members, as well as learn more about the organization and what we do on the national, international, and the local levels. So if you're still interested, you can definitely from there reach out, see where our meetings are, and eventually join if that's something you're looking to do, or maybe you know somebody who fits the criteria better that you can say, hey, you know, I heard about this, I had a great time there. You can check them out and see if you're gonna stick around or not.
Describe for me, Delano, exactly how how this is gonna work out, because I know from prior from being informed ahead of this discussion that some of it is going to be online, but for the listening audience, describe how it's going to be, where if you're going to be in a room here, where the room is going to be, or everything would be done online.
Okay.
Bring that down to us.
So the event, it's going to be taking place at Credits here on the Pond Field, Walton Nisbet Road. It's, if you don't know where it is, it's located just above the police stations, next to Sign 999.
Yeah.
So those locally, so the general public, those that want to attend, they can register, or if they have not received the registration link, they can walk in, and from there, the trainings now for those in Curacao would be streamed live, so that they themselves now can partake in the classroom sphere, or
from that central location at Credits.
That central location. So it's not that we're going to have people moving from room to room, but it's just the trainers going to be rotating based on the time slot allotted to them. So every training has their separate cost of $25 a training. So you don't have to attend all. We encourage attending all, but if you see, hey, I really want to look into the business etiquette side of things, $25, you either can get to view it at the comfort of your home with once you register, you receive the link, or you can come to Credits and you can have a good time socializing with youths and getting to see what we're about.
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
And
so the $25 is the registration fee.
The registration
and how can they go about registering?
So on our socials, we have a Google registration form where, as you can see, hey, you can indicate, hey, I would like to go to the business etiquette, discover JCI, the branding, and you could select all if you like. If you would like to select all, then that's a different fee, which will be $150, so $83. and that would cover your training package, the panel discussion, closing ceremony, open ceremony. That gives you the entire access.
And the socializing part.
And the
also.
socializing
You
part
can't leave
as well.
that out.
No, you can't leave that out.
I guess that's where everybody's heart becomes a little warm and receptive.
Yes.
And you move on from there.
Yes.
All right. So when that would have to be done online.
That would have to be done online.
How do they get on?
So you can reach us at, if you know anyone, like you can reach me and myself personally. I can give you the link. You can talk to us online. You can reach us via email at ssmaction@gmail.com or visit our social platforms and you can get the information from there.
You do quite a bit online, don't you?
Yes.
Is there a reason for that?
You would say to get more reach, but we prefer a lot more in person as well. We're getting more into the in-person field, but with the manpower that we have, online is just a little easier to manage the funds and collect data, so that once you have the sign-up sheets or etc., that you have an accurate count. So you don't want that people come in last minute, want to put 4 seats in, but online we had like 20 registrants and it's like, hey, we can't sit the 4, for instance. So it's a bit more structured when we do it online application or online registration. Before I forget though, because I don't want to confuse the viewers, the generational wealth panel discussion, we're actually moving locations. That's the only time we're moving. So the last training is scheduled to end around at 4, and from there we'll be going to the government administration building, into the conference room 1 and 2, that's where the generational wealth panel is going to be, alongside of the networking social. So that's the only move that we're going to be make. And if I can give a little information on to who's going to be on that panel, so then the people could actually, get a taste for it in their mouth and get their $25 ready. But on the panel we have Miss Joy Carty, the owner of Swelling and Sangs, a very insightful young individual that's continued to build herself from let's say not nothing, but from something to something. And we have the Honorable Member of Parliament, Ardell Irian, former Finance Minister. We have Miss Shanika Carty, but also known as Budget Babe. She has a story where you have to hear it, because when I heard it I was like, wow, you can make, you're inspired. You can make a difference once you really try. And we have one of our very own senators, Senator Lawrence. He's big in the insurance agency industry, so he's gonna teach us on how to, after you receive your money, how to insure it, to ensure that your family can benefit from it. That's where the generational part come into play. And we also have one of our own, Miss Catherine Connor. She has a wealth of knowledge in the field of finance as a policy advisor. So we picked, or was lucky to have these individuals follow on a lap that would feed not only us but the general public as well when they come to listen.
Any of what they would be presenting would be open to, let's say, your membership in Curaçao?
Yes. That as well is going to be streamed. The whole 2 days are going to be streamed as well, because
How does that make you feel though? Because I find you have a dynamite cast of people who are going to be presenting.
It feels good. It feels good. It's just not for it to happen, so that we can breathe and analyze and process and get ready for the next one. Because we have our next event as well later on.
What does that mean for you, Janine? Because Janine, because the thing is, when you can present such substance to the neighbors, like even Curaçao, who is of course a little bigger than us, and you think they would have more to offer us than the other way around, that should give you a very good feeling.
Yes, it does.
Because when you travel there, it was you're going to hear about it for sure.
Yes. Definitely.
Yes. So this is kind of like the opportunity to exchange knowledge, because for the last 2 years, most of the events were held in Curacao, so we got to see their knowledge, their networks.
From up here.
Different people that they have in the different industries give us sessions.
Yes. And
now we have the opportunity to return that, giving them the information from our community, the people who are experts in their fields, to now give you a training now as a change of pace. So they can also get to see exactly what we have to offer, and a bit of a taste as well in preparation for the national convention later this year as well. So they'll definitely be flying in for that one. 'Cause
Oh,
down-
the national convention is scheduled for here.
Yes, as well. Yes, so we're hosting two big
Why are
events.
you leaving that out? That's
I mean,
that's the
information
pinnacle.
is to come.
the key, the importance is here
Is
right
this
now.
one?
Focusing here, and then we're
yeah.
gonna switch over to
Okay.
That one, yeah.
You make me feel excited about what you're doing because, you often get the feeling that there is not much excitement in terms of young people being involved in personal development and the whole 9 yards, when in fact you have such a nice package.
Yes.
Makes me feel like things are happening, which is important. So how do you get people into this without, them missing such an opportunity? But,
So first of all, is to give them the information that it's happening. That's the key part. So that's part of what we're doing today. A small media tour. But also, you speak to your friends, you tell them, hey, I'm busy organizing this, check it out, let somebody know. Because maybe you're not interested in these discussions. Maybe you say, okay, I'd rather focus on mechanics and such, so this isn't really for me. But maybe you have a friend that would be interested in these fields, so you let them know, hey, they're organizing this. It's not a high fee. You can get even a nice package for $83 for the full thing. And you get these very expert opinions and people who've been in the fields for multiple years that can give you their experience, their life story, their journey, and also the information that they have packaged in the trainings for you as well. So there's different ways to reach out to different people to let them know about the event. So now that we have everything finalized, we're making sure that the word gets out so that we can get the general public also aware that, hey, we're doing stuff. And this is just a sample as well, because this is just a 2-day event that we...
Jerome Guns, WhatsApp audio.
You can get a taste of this 2-day event that we're mainly pushing for the Saturday that the general public can come out, because we know, of course, the Friday is a work day. But then now in October, now for the national convention, is a 3-day from Thursday to Saturday. So you at least have a taste. Okay, they definitely had good speakers in January. I'm pretty sure they're going to have even a better cast for national convention. So you're definitely going to return and get more out of the organization, even if you're not a member.
Yes.
yeah. Jci is a service club, right?
Leadership development.
Leadership development.
We do tap into service to humanity, because in our
That's
creed we
perfect.
find that that's our greatest
Best
gift
work
of
of
life,
life.
best work of life. Helping others.
Yeah.
You can't say you're gonna make it in life without giving back. Yeah, it's written. So that is one of it. I also forgot to mention our 2 keynote speakers. Can I put them in there?
Sure. I mean, we have lots of time.
We have lots of time.
We have the second half, but who would be the keynote speaker?
So on the first day, seeing that it's purely online, but she still agreed to be one of our keynote speakers. We have Miss Averdeen Stefan. She's a legal consulate and entrepreneurial person from the French side of the island. So she wants to share her wealth as well to us on that side. And for the panel discussion, we have none other than Mr. Fernando Clark as well. He's a former JC...
No, the closing.
For the closing, yeah.
For the
For the closing, sorry. So I mixed the two because I think it's all one, but he's for the closing. I think in between from the networking or just before the networking.
Just before.
So just before the networking, we're gonna have Mr. Fernando, who's also a former JCI member, to give his sentiments as well.
All right, we'll talk some more about that. I'm here with Anjanine Matthew and Delano Samuel from JCI. Of course, they're talking about the January Leadership Summit and how you can be a part of it. And man, this is exciting stuff. But for some reason, you get the feeling that it doesn't exist, but it does. And I think young people should reach out and take full advantage of what is there to offer. All right, we'll come back and have a conversation, continue with about Anjanine and Delano right after we take a quick break. In the View with yours truly and my guest, who happens to be the national president of the Dutch Caribbean for JCI, Anjanine Matthew, along with Delano Samuel, who is the local president for 2026. And boy, does he have his hand full. Let me start by asking Delano to describe for me, what would you say is the main objective of this leadership summit? And I'm going to reserve that same question for you, Anjini. But you have a little bit more time to think. But yeah,
So,
Dylan.
from my point of view, the main objective of this event is to get a proper planning and to also, how you say, give a little knowledge or share some knowledge with the listeners or the youths or just, slight empowerment. Yes.
You have something different to say, or you have the same thing to say?
So, as you say with the planning, it's kind of to start the year off strong. So things that you already had in the chamber that you can now release because you finally let the secret out and told us, this is what you plan to do. You can now get a start to do it. And as he mentioned as well, definitely the general public can now also make use of the opportunity to learn something else. Maybe something in their field of interest, maybe something outside their field of interest. So they get to kind of improve and get a bit more knowledge for their own personal or professional lives.
But you're pulling this off this weekend coming.
Yes.
And I'm wondering if you just pull it out of the hat like a rabbit, or you were planning this thing a long time ago.
So,
The planning actually started last year, so just before October.
yeah.
We got the committee together. We started making contact. We started asking around, seeing what we can do, thinking what we can do, how we can do it, and then start seeing, okay, who are we getting feedback from? Who is going to be the trainer for this? These are the topics we want to do. Who else can fit here? Okay, this one said they're not available for that time frame. Do we have a backup? All that goes into the planning stages as well. So
Stress.
it's been a
Had to be
it's
because
been a couple of months of
I mean, let's face it. I mean, you
Yes.
guys, to put this together, I'm listening to you carefully, and it's quite extensive.
Yes.
And then you were talking about starting the year strong. Fine. You were talking about providing information, Delano. All good and well. But a lot of planning went into this.
Yes, indeed.
And not only that, you're looking forward to hosting the convention this year.
Yes.
So
This is the stepping stone.
would you be able to match what you're doing now?
We're going to try to surpass it. We're
You
going
got
to
to
try to
surpass
surpass it.
Surpass.
Yeah.
Yes, because we've actually hosted it in 2023 already. So we do have some experience under our belt in organizing it. So we've been at the location already that year. So we're going back by Simpson Bay Resort. So we already know what we're working with. But now it's, okay, the content has to change. The format has to change. We got to see exactly how this can be even bigger and better than it was last year, but also beating the general leadership summit that we're putting together right now.
What does this say about the leadership skills that you're displaying?
It says a lot of different things because you kind of have an idea what the youths might need to develop, but this would also be confirmation if you see the sign-ups and everything that, hey, this was actually worth it. This is in the field of interest. So, for example, if data collection now, if we notice that, let's say Tax 101 had the most registrations, then okay, let's build more on that. The people want to hear more about tax and the different aspects that go into it. So all of this kind of helps us kind of give back more to the community and help those persons in those fields or those interested in those fields get the knowledge that they're also looking to get. So it's a lot of different things that you're doing because, again, it's not our main focus to be in the community, but because of the development that we have, we can actually put back into it. So
Yeah.
it's all a whole package, a whole system that has to work to really pull these things off the way that they need to be pulled off.
Lano, if you could just expand a little bit on some of the presentations and give an idea of what the benefits are from these different type of presentations, because you do have an extensive program here in front of you.
Well, if I can sum everything up, it's mainly to, one, understand us, understand JCI, empower yourself, so better yourself, because etiquette goes a long way. Even if it's just typing a simple email in a certain structure, it opens doors for you. Branding is basically it's about like encouragement, like self-encouragement. So when you see yourself, who am I? What am I representing when I step out of the door? Am I representing a shaved head? Am I representing a powerful youth, an impactful youth? When it comes to your taxes, it's just understanding that everything has a structure. Everything has how you say, a time to learn and a time to give back, a time to pay, or a time to stay on top of things. Because when you're not on top of your taxes, it also impacts your generational wealth status. It impacts a lot of other things. So to sum it up, this training is to basically just empower the youths and also ensure you that, based on what I said earlier, with developing a well-rounded individual, is that you're not too young to learn, and you're not too old to learn, and you're not too young to say you want to take up a certain leadership stance. It doesn't have to be that you're going one time into the politics side of things, or chairman or manager, but it can be a soccer coach. That's leadership. You know, based on what we're teaching you, you learn time management, you learn how to manage some funds, you learn how to speak to your peers or others in a certain manner that people can be like, hey, when I grow up, I can either surpass this person, look up to this person, or be like this person. That is what this summit is trying to bring about.
Yeah.
That insight to become a better version of yourself.
When do you guys actually meet outside of these general areas of activities that you take up as JCI? When do you meet? Every week, every month? How does that work? I'm speaking from the interest of somebody who might have interest of wanting to be part of JCI.
So we currently meet once a month, every second Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. But because of the committees for certain events, the committees meet more often than the General Assembly.
Oh,
so
outside of
the General
Assembly,
you
have committee meetings.
Meetings.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
So sometimes you have a match of the same
both
individuals, so you're not kind of not hearing from each other for a month. But it's when it comes to the General Assembly, it's basically we handle JCI business. Where what's our financial standings, what we're looking like, if we're meeting our targets, how to
Updates from the committees,
etc. like that. And from there, what we're trying to do this year is not to only bore or just give information. We're trying to see how we can implement at least trainings all along with our GMMs. So that way now our members doesn't feel that, oh, we only wait until January Leadership Summit to get a training. We're trying to incorporate trainings as well in our general meetings.
And when you're having meetings, how is it done? I know you've been utilizing online quite some, but is there opportunities to meet in person as well?
Yes, always opportunities to meet in person. So majority of our meetings are hybrid. So for example, let's say we have some members on the French side, and of course the traffic around the time of 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock is a little tough to get over here. And they might end up leaving late. They might not be able to make it. They can just go home, log on, and then they can still follow the meeting and see what's going on. So that opportunity is always extended to them. But for the most part, the membership is meeting physically at the Miss Lally's Commercial Center on Bush Road.
Oh,
Yes.
and sounds to me, hearing you speak, that your membership is from both sides.
Yes.
Both
The
sides of the island.
majority right now is
It's
from
on
the
the
Dutch
Dutch.
side, but we have 2 members currently from the French side. We had previously 4, but some of them aged out in the meantime. So, we still extend that. That's why we're saying, it's still St. Maarten doing its thing. It's not just the Dutch side or the French side. We're saying St. Maarten. So
Okay.
we do extend it. They are able to still participate even online or whatever it is, because we even have a member from St. Croix. She is from St. Maarten, but she moved over there for work, and she's still over there. So she's still able to give her input, give advice, participate in the meetings, in the committees. She's still able to do all of that. So
Okay.
Yes.
the online isn't the focus, but it's just to assist those members that they're able to still participate and see what's going on, make an impact still from where they are in their situations.
What's wrong with using technology anyhow?
It helps. It helps. I like the fellowship side of things too, because it's still good to touch and feel and laugh, and because I don't want to stare at a frozen screen and the person rambling off thinking that everybody hearing them. So I like the in-person part of it as well. So hybrid is good.
I would want to believe that we're more closely knitted when we meet in person. But if you have the use of technology, I'm sure that you can appreciate that and make use of it as well.
Exactly.
because your summit, the January leadership summit, is going to be
Hybrid.
part online, as well as you have a physical location
Yes.
from where everything would be happening.
Correct.
So, what time do the folks get to the location? And you want to mention that location again and where it is.
Okay, so on day 2, because that's where the main focus is, the location for the trainings locally on St. Maarten is at Credits, Walter Nisbet Road. It's near Sign 999, just above the police station. And that is, again, we're going to kick things off by 8:30. People can start to come in. So by 9 promptly, we can start to go ahead with our trainings and get the ball rolling.
That's the second day.
That's the second day.
So, what would be happening in the first day?
The first day,
Meetings on the national level.
yeah. So purely
So
meetings
just
on the
business.
first day.
Okay.
Just JCI business.
Yeah.
So we
JCI
don't want
business.
to lose the public, informing them on, unless they want to know. But
Yes, so we do
The-
have the opening ceremony on the first day as well, so that is also open to the general public. But for the day participation, it's the meetings.
It's the
Yes.
meetings, and that would be on the 17th.
on the 17th.
Yeah.
So from 8:30, people can start to come, and by 9 we're starting promptly so that we don't waste anyone's time.
You also mentioned something about the possibility of choosing some of what they would want to participate in.
Correct.
Can you give us some clarity on that?
So
Because there's a price involved, right?
yes, there's a price involved. So for the whole package, it's 150 guilders, so $83. And for the individual trainings, it's set at 45 guilders a training, so $25 a training. So let's say I don't really want to hear much about JCI. For instance, I'm going to skip out on the Discover, but I would rather hear about the Tax 101 and the basic branding. So when you make your registration via the link, I'm paying at least $50 for the 2 trainings. So you come at the allotted time for the 2 trainings.
So when you register, there's where you make a distinction as to what area
What
you
you-
want
yes.
to participate.
Correct,
Yes.
correct. Unless you say you're gonna pay the full fee and you just come
Choose
for the day
whatever
and
you
spend
want.
the time with JCI.
Yeah. Which would you recommend? Though?
Oh, if you do the numbers, we would recommend that you pay the
The full package.
the full package because then you cover the panel discussion and everything in one go. You have less worries. You just show up, you enjoy, and you network and you
Yeah.
with a wealth of information.
Would you be feeding those guys throughout the day? Anything to snack on?
Yes. They will
It's
get
just good to know,
snacks,
because
food,
if you plan to spend the whole day, you come in
you gotta-
8:30.
you gotta eat something. There will be like refreshments, yes, and for the closing as well, there will be some refreshments.
And credits with a Q?
Yes, credits with a Q, not. I know a lot of people that say Q credits, but it's credits.
It's
like
credits.
it's a play on words.
It's a play on words.
Yeah.
And because if someone is looking for credits and you're not expecting the Q,
You drive right back.
yes, folks, make plans to join the JCI on the January Leadership Summit on the 16th and 17th, which happens to be this coming weekend. And if you haven't registered just yet, again, you may use the social media platform to register
Or find a,
and
or find a member.
or find a member.
Yeah, if you know one, we can. you can
All
send
right.
that.
And if I decide to register online, can I pay online too, or how would that work?
If you have web online banking, you
Actually,
can
yeah,
send
online
you can send the information to the account. The account
But all
numbers
of
and
that-
the registration.
All of that
links
is
and-
pointed
yeah,
out
Yeah,
Yeah.
on
when
the
you
sign-up.
register.
Correct,
Oh,
correct,
okay.
correct. We're working on some other methods where you can click and pay, but that's going to be in the works.
In the works.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully by national convention.
Yeah. What are you most proud of as JCI that you would like to share with the general public?
The experience. I really
Yes.
want to talk about it. I only had 2 trips so far.
To sum it up, it would be the experience. I definitely am a different person now. Through JCI, I think it kind of speed run the development that I would have envisioned for myself than if I didn't join it. Because maybe, let's say, I would have liked to eventually become a manager in my workplace when I was 18. Maybe I visioned that.
Yes.
But let's say I wouldn't have known how to really go about it, what really they would like to see
Yeah.
from me as an individual.
Making that
To
transition.
make that transition, yes. So being that I joined JCI, I can really say, okay, actually, I know what you would be looking for, but maybe now I don't want that anymore. Maybe I want something else. Maybe I
Yeah.
want to become an entrepreneur now
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
the full
It
skill set that I
opened-
have now,
Yes. Yes.
I've changed the direction of where I'm going. So
Mm-hmm.
definitely, I would say it changed my life. And I'm grateful for it. And of course, the experience doesn't end here for me. I have much more to go for it. I still have 8 more. I still have 8 more years. In the
What are you
organization.
whispering, Delano?
No, I say we're going international.
They've been
Oh.
hinting that I should go on the international level, and
Yeah.
I do see the potential, but maybe not the capacity that most of them are kind of seeing me in.
Mm-hmm.
I'll leave that up to the more ambitious and extroverted individuals to deal with.
Okay, give me 4 more years. I'm gonna go up.
You are stepping into leadership in the
Yes.
sense that you are in charge then of the local chapter. What your experience is like, and what are you most proud of?
Well, for one thing, the role, stepping into this role for me, wasn't to just say, hey, I've been president of our organization. I see it as a challenge to spot my weaknesses and use the JCI, the team, to kind of empower them or embrace them or fix them. So, it's for instance speaking on the radio. Before I would watch you and I would just stare at you. Now I can actually have a conversation with you, leave you a bit enlightened.
Yeah.
I know how to manage my time a bit more better because being in the hot seat now,
Yeah.
I can't afford to be late for things because you're now the face
pressure
of
is on you
the
now
pressure is
to
on
organize
to
and
stay
to
on
make
top
sure
of
that you're on top of
things,
it.
to even if nobody's done with it, you
Yeah.
have to start it and still find a way to delegate it, but still mitigate in the background that if they don't do it, you still know that it's done. Because so it's a challenge for me to develop myself.
Yeah, well, have you seen some of the folks who came in after you? Maybe I should ask you, how did you get involved in the first place? Because I wanted to ask you about folks who might have come after you, and you watched their progress, and maybe you can relate it to yours as well. But how did you get involved in the first place?
To be honest, I'm still fairly new, right? I have about year now, a full year, I could say officially, because I joined January 1st, 2025 at
Okay.
a JLS actually in Curacao.
Oh.
That was my first experience.
That wasn't your first experience.
Well,
You was inducted that time.
That was inducted that time, but
Okay.
that was my first away experience with JCI. My first experience was with a team. I was invited to a GMM after my political run. I started through that, and someone's like, "Hey, meet with Senator Hodge, one of the senators, and he'll send you an invitation to a group of young individuals that could help you better yourself." And I was like, "Yeah, what's JCI?" So I started to look it up. JCI International under this big umbrella is international. I was like, oh, let me see what's this about. And when I went into the meeting, Arjani was sitting president at the time, and I was like, wait, these people don't play. Like, she didn't play when it comes to point of privilege, point of clarification, using the right terms, make sure your phone not silent. It was like, I think I need this a little bit, just to shake up myself. And then from there, after the JLS in Curacao, I was like, I'm hooked, because I see what you would, if you put in the time and the effort to think about yourself,
How it shapes you.
how it would shape you.
I think that would be a better question for you, Anjanine.
Yeah, because she has
Because
more.
I'm talking about the observant part of
Yes,
seeing how
actually,
people come in after
yes.
and see their transition into the
So-
role.
I actually have the privilege to see both the local and the regional members develop. There are persons who actually joined the same year that I joined, and they've hit the different levels before me. And not out of jealousy. I'm not speaking out of jealousy, mind you.
Support.
I'm just absolutely support, because they was just as quiet and shy as me. I would have perceived them the same level as me, being shy and not really saying much, but still knowing what they know, but not really being vocal about it. And currently, one has reached international level already. The other was a national president before me in 2023. Both of them are great trainers now. They can definitely tell you their stuff. They've definitely branched out. You can see their more vibrant looks. And then locally as well, actually he joined after me as well. He became local president before me. Actually ran against him that time. And I lost. I think they saw more development.
Oh,
out
that's
of
the funny
him.
part of it, why you laugh, because you lost.
the challenge part of it. It's like politics.
It's not really even politics. It's just I felt they saw something in him that I wasn't ready as yet.
Okay.
So they put him onto the test of it, and he did good for his year as well. So I also see his development as well. He still, as you said as well, you can see me and you still see, okay, you're just a shy person, you don't really open your mouth. You can say that for him as well, but the same way, once he opens his mouth, he has things handled. So the different developments that you're seeing, even as the years go on as well. So for example, last year's local president as well, she would often cut her thoughts short.
Yeah.
She would start speaking and then she gets
But is that
herself.
recommended though for self-development? You want to expand.
Exactly. So throughout the year now, she's starting to actually finish her sentences. She says the full thing herself. It's you see the improvement. So on different levels, you can see where people end up from where they started, and you can say, "Wow, this is amazing! I amazing work for you." And I'm sure there's going to be more people even after you as well having that same experience, being able to walk in a room now and light up the place because you're now confident in yourself as a person that you can say, I don't have to worry about people perceiving me. I know they're gonna perceive me, and I'm ready for them to perceive me.
Would you see yourself being prepared for a bigger role?
I could see myself being prepared for a bigger role, but then sometimes you have to look at the wants and needs as well. Like, is it really something that you want to do, or do you want a different format?
Yeah.
So for me, I'm thinking it's a different format that I want to be in. But the experience, I'm still just gonna be like international seating, just not
that high
in the management profile of the people. Because again, in a way, if you take up leadership roles, for example, local president, national vice president, national president, those roles is people management.
correct
You have to deal with the different personalities that you're in charge of, and you have to make sure things work, things flow, etc. But let's say if you only join the committee, you'll just have to deal with getting the committee work done. So different positions offer different things. I want to come off the people management for a little break.
focus on you a little bit more.
That is totally up to you. Okay, folks.
It's been 3 years.
Yeah. All right. I'm speaking to Jci Matthew, who is the national president of the Dutch Caribbean for JCI, and Delano Samuel, who is the local president for 2026. Delano, I have 1 minute that I can give you to extend the invitation to my listening audience, and by extension, those persons who may know someone who may want to be a part of the JCI project to be involved in your January Leadership Summit.
Well, like what I would say, if you really want to spark your year, spark your personality, I would say come to the January Leadership Summit, indeed, and ignite your first light, the first spark for you as a journey to personal development, because you wouldn't regret it. The best person to invest in sometimes is yourself.
Yeah. And how to get there? Simply
just
register.
Register to the JLS. It's $25 if you don't want everything, because you're still gonna get something, even if it's a panel discussion, or you pay the full fee and you stay with us the whole day, and you're gonna see how we operate.
Okay, and the full fee costs
150 guilders, so $83, and 45 guilders, $25 per session.
And
yes.
you have a dynamic program.
We have a very dynamic program.
Yeah, I didn't hear too much about Ife, but I know she's a dynamic lady.
She
would be
she's
one of
her
the
own
presenters.
brand. Yeah, by the time she steps into the room, everybody knows.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
She has that presence, right?
Yes. Correct.
Well, good luck on your first project for 2026, and I'll hear some more from you. And I think you still need to visit me a little bit more. Let's have these chats about what you folks are doing, and let's inspire some young people to make that turn and to become involved in wanting to develop themselves, because this is what it's all about.
Yes.
Indeed.
Okay.
Thank you.
And Janine, Delano, thank you so very much for joining me on In The View.
Thank you for having us.
Like you notice, it was more a conversation than anything else.
Yes.
And I think that's what we do on this format, which is a little bit different to what we do at 12 o'clock, because it's more tossing questions and getting answers. And success on your project as far as the January Leadership Summit is concerned. Folks, that would be on the 16th and the 17th of this month. And that is to start the work that they plan throughout the year for both increasing their membership and inspiring their membership to continue to do what they're doing.
Yes.
All right. That's it for this afternoon, folks, on In The View. I want to thank you so very much for joining me this Wednesday afternoon on the Interactive Talk program right here on 102.7. An invitation is extended to you to join me again next Wednesday afternoon at 5. We're more than happy to have you. In the meantime, you take care of yourselves as we make way for the news. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.